Good afternoon. Good evening. It's Dave here. Coming to you from a different type of camera. I'm using the iPhone 12 now. Kind of hard to put up a GoPro or any type of camera that I have inside these conditions. It's still kind of cold outside. It's actually it's coming down to 39 degrees outside. Pretty cold. I haven't come in to YouTube for a while since the New Year's. Matter of fact, I didn't even make a New Year's resolution either. And I say either because a lot of my friends forgot to even make a New Year's resolution. A lot of things have happened. A lot of changes have occurred. Since the beginning of the year, or actually recently, I've been hearing the news that we're about to be censored now. We're no longer able to maintain our First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is going to be blocked off on the internet. Both Amazon, Apple, who else? Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Twitter is censoring everything that we say on social networks, platforms, even Instagram. I haven't been on YouTube, not because of that reason, but because this year kind of felt different. And I'm not talking about politically. I mean, whoever won. Whoever didn't win, tough. But I'm not a politician. I'm just a YouTuber. I'm actually a farmer. And I love coming out on YouTube. I like expressing myself. Except I haven't been around for a while because this cold weather. And I went on vacation and I still didn't like it. I couldn't breathe. I went all the way up to the Tahoe Valley Resort in New Mexico. I think the altitude there was about 8,000 or 9,000 feet high above sea level. I could not breathe, but I had bought this deal here at a ski resort. They were selling these bottles. This bottle is pure oxygen. And I'm not the only one, but people would come out with that they couldn't breathe, and you just press the button here, and a whiff of oxygen comes in. Mixed with the air, it actually made you feel better. You didn't have that asthmatic feeling, shortness of breath. That I couldn't even walk 10 feet, and I was like choking already. So with this, pretty much lasts about 30 minutes. So you got to keep the bottle with you, and it does give you a better feeling. It gives you a better feeling to say that you can be out there in the skis or in the snowmobile and you're not choking for a lack of air. Because the air up there is so thin, your body's asking for oxygen, and all you're breathing up there is just thin air. And it's cold. Anyways, this worked out fine. This is pretty good. $12 at a ski resort. I bought two of them. It was okay, but it wasn't completely. I'm not gonna say that it wasn't completely well, but it worked. It worked. Anyways, I don't have anything too much to say other than we're still maintaining the social distancing. And As I said, I'm talking off the iPhone, and I'm pretty much in the back seat. I have the phone in the back seat. I really couldn't put it towards the front because there's a lot of glare from the light, and I'm lucky I'm able to use the light to pretty much place myself in front of the camera. Hope you all had a safe and happy New Year. And as I said, well, 2020 turned out to be a pretty bad year for me. We weren't expecting COVID-19. I got sick of COVID-19 July the 2nd. In bad shape. I was in bad shape. I was out of work for 26 days for being home and sick. In actuality, 5 days out of the 5 of the severe days, which was July the 3rd through the 6th, I was in the hospital and placed in a ventilator, pretty much conked out. I wasn't expecting to live, but I lived. And then I come back to work, and the worst thing happens. I'm out here, since I'm out here, and of course I'm out here in Lago Vista, Texas, which is northwest of Austin. I'm out here walking around through the brushy area, and I happen to have picked up a spider in my pants, and I didn't realize it until I came back to the truck and sat down, where I realized that something was crawling right in between my pants and got me. I killed it, but it got me first. I was able to kill it right in between my leg and my pants, and I could feel it, and then I could feel the blood getting cold on me. I could feel the urge that I'm poisoning myself. I had to have been bitten by something dangerous. And I drove myself to the hospital. And I woke up in the hospital. I had been bitten by an old, it wasn't even a new spider. I was bitten by an old black widow. It was an old one. The doctor said that you're lucky you got bitten by an old one because you would have never made it to the hospital. Well, as I'm going through all my physical checkups, and they're checking my chest and my heart and making sure that everything's okay, the guy from the heart specialist, right? I have no idea what it was. Wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, I'm just going to check your heart. He starts putting sensors all over my body. And of course, I'm lying in bed, there at the hospital bed. And I just happened that I felt like a little trickle on my arm. He said, hey, you pulled my IV out. He said, don't worry about it. It's not bleeding. I'll have the nurse put it back in as soon as I leave. Okay. Go back to sleep. You relax. Go back to sleep. So I'm like, okay. And I was kind of sleepy, so I started falling back to sleep. And I'm asleep. I can feel that I'm dreaming. I mean, I'm totally out of it. And I hear a voice in my mind, David, wake up, David. David, wake up. Wake up, David, wake up. And there's a voice that's screaming at me already, wake up, David. And when I wake up, I look at myself and I'm full of blood. It was like a faucet coming out of my arm from my hand right here where I was poked right here. It's a little faucet, high-speed blood coming out of my arm. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm slowly trying to make my way to the emergency button that's on the bed. And they finally answered. I said, I'm bleeding. I need help. I'm bleeding. Nobody came. Nobody came to my bed. I'm like, I didn't have the strength to get up. I figured I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna accept my death. I'm going back to sleep. I'm sleepy. This is 3:00 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning. I get the strength and I finally get up, and I'm dragging myself. Just barely enough strength, and I'm dragging myself through the hallway, leaving a trail of blood through the hallway. And one of the nurses says, "Hey, sir, what's wrong with you?" And notices a trail of blood. They drag me back. He punches a button on the hallway and codes something. Bunch of nurses from all over the hospital come towards me. They didn't put me back in the same bed. They brought me into a different room now. As far as I can remember, I was already falling asleep. They kept trying to wake me up. I kept falling asleep. When I came to, the nurses said that they had injected another 1.5 liters of blood into me because I was close to death. I was like, my gosh, I came in here to get cured from a spider bite, and now I'm dying again because the guy who put the heart sensors in me failed to notify the nurse that my IV had disconnected. And I'm sleeping, thinking everything is fine, and a voice in my mind wakes me up to tell me, hey, you're dying. You need to call someone to help you. Twice I almost died that night. I wasn't meant to die. God has another reason why I'm alive today. I went through COVID-19 and I almost died on that one. I got bitten by a spider and I could have died on that one. And then that technician loosens my IV and fails to notify the nurse that he had loosened it by accident. In the morning, I asked the doctor, can you please transfer me to another hospital before these people kill me? He thought I was playing, and I explained it to him what happened. He was very upset. Very upset. He said, don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. We're going to put more special attention to you. These people are not going to kill you. And he got after them royally got after them. But anyways, I came out through it, and I realized I'm here on Earth for another reason. I should have died during COVID-19, and I didn't. I should have died when I got bit by a spider, and I didn't. I should have died when I bled to death, and something told me to wake up, and I saved myself. Or that voice saved me. It had to have been the guiding angel. There's no other explanation. There's nothing scientific about it. An angel came into my body and woke me up and told me, get your butt out of bed and get someone to help you. And here I am in 2021. We're on the 12th of January, where I'm making this video on an iPhone. Mainly because I was kind of too lazy to set everything up on a GoPro. But anyways, hope you all have a wonderful year. And may God bless every single one of you. And if there is anybody out there who thinks that I might have offended them in any way or possible, I'm truly sorry. But I'm going to try to live my life a little bit more slower, not take life too quick, because we live in the United States. We live in a quick life, but I'm gonna take it a little bit slower. Take my time. It doesn't take not even a mere second for your life is gone, and you ain't coming back anymore. There's no more second chances or third chances. So on my case, I have a strike 3 already. I don't think I'll deserve a strike 4. But I'm here for a reason, and I'm slowly starting to realize why I'm here. And I'm going to start coming out more often, but a little bit more timely. And I leave you with this message. You all take care of yourself, take care of your family. There's a lot of changes going on here on Earth, especially here in the United States. What I'm reading in the news and the media, this new president has different changes made for all of us, whether it's for the good or for the bad. I can't determine, and I can't judge them either. The only thing is that you stay close to your family and try to attend the church of your choice. I'm hoping that you are attending a Christian church. And we will see you on the next time that I come around. You all have a good night and God bless.